Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today's going to be like a little bit of a venting session because I got into a little squaddle with this lady, and she's a Sagittarius. Shout out to all the Sagittarius. But and if you are a Sagittarius, please listen to this because I'm gonna need your opinion. But be honest, don't be lying. So basically the argument was like, well, I was commenting on this other girl's post and she commented underneath my page. And long story short, the lady, she does videos on like how to be famous and how to exude this celebrity energy. And in her post, she's with Miley Cyrus. And what happened was, okay, so she's not like a regular girl. She's kind of, famous. That's the whole point of her page. But she's not like that famous. Like you guys wouldn't know her. I just follow her. But she's getting up there. So she ended up going to a place and she's waiting in the elevator and in walks Miley motherfucking Cyrus, right? Crazy. And instead of her like fanning out, oh my God, she just looks at her, like a star would look at another star. And Miley says, oh, hey, like treats her like she's someone, like that she would bump shoulders with, like a colleague, like someone that Miley would go to a party with and see. She didn't come off like a fan, you know what I mean? And she was basically saying like how to exude this celebrity energy and how celebrities do this. And it's all about making the other person feel important and comfortable, And if you know anything about celebrities and them being media trained, that's what they do. If you compliment them, they'll never just say thank you. They always have to throw the compliment right back at you. And she was just explaining that. So I said something in the comments like, oh, what about celebrities that have the opposite of that energy? Like Keanu Reeves or Joaquin Phoenix. When I think of these men, they're obviously huge celebrities in their own right, but don't they have like that standoffish, dark, mysterious introvert energy where they're not here to entertain you. They're not here to make you happy. They're here to do art and perform their job. Now, we all know Keanu Reeves is the world's nicest guy, but that's the energy he gives off. Like, think J. Cole. Think someone who is not really here to be a star, really. Just happens to be their area of work and they just happen to be famous, They would be completely satisfied if no one knew their name and they were still in these movies, right? And a lot of people, they were like, wow, those were good examples. I like that type of star power too. Because not everybody wants to be like a big glamour star when they think of fame. Some people still want a little bit of privacy, like a Beyonce or something like that. And this lady comments and she says, oh, well, I don't think Miley is like an intention whore or anything. She's just a November Sagittarius. And I'm like, well, that proves my point. Like, Sagittarius are the extroverts of the zodiac. Everyone knows that. Like, Sagittarius are the type of people, when you go out with them, they know everyone. Even if they're going somewhere new for the first time, they will know someone in there by their government name. They're the type of people that have multiple friend groups that are all connected. They're the type of people that any city they touch down in, they know someone there. And if you're not an extrovert, that's kind of like crazy to you because you didn't realize like how people can do that. And yeah, so the lady's going back and forth with me, basically trying to convince me, a true introvert, that, now mind you, your sun sign does not rule everything. Just because you are a certain sun sign doesn't mean you're bound to the characteristics and the traits of that sun sign. You have multiple other signs. But I will say some sun signs are very strong with their energy, and you can tell them from a mile away. And Sagittarius is definitely one of them. So I did find that really interesting, and it made me think about like socializing and social climbing and stuff and how it's such a headache for introverts because there's no way to genuinely connect with people if they're not like listening to you, if that makes sense. Like I found myself, and I did do a video on it was called like Survival Guide, like how to level up and social climb for introverts. And there's a lot of jewels in there if you guys haven't seen it. But it just reminds me of how hard it is to genuinely be an introvert in this world, because the moment you don't want to do extroverted shit, you're the weirdo. You're the bitch. You have a problem. You have a nasty mood. You don't let loose. Let your hair down. Just have fun. Why are you, when I get your back off the wall, why won't you just dance with us? Why won't you just party with us? Why won't you just go to this? Oh, come on. It's only 8:00. Why do you want to go home? Oh, you must not be having a good time. Did I not tell you I was an introvert? What part of that makes you think that I'm still going to want to do extrovert things? And I understand that some people identify as an introvert and they're able to code switch, but if, you know what I mean? and there's nothing wrong with being an extrovert. I don't want to say you guys are all attention whores and throw that out there. There's nothing wrong with that. Connecting with people is natural. Being an introvert is not a flex. It actually means something bad. Like, it actually means like there's something off a little bit. Whether you were not socialized as a kid, maybe you're having like, some confidence issues. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why some people just can't do it. They can't get with social cliques and stuff. And it makes it really hard to like social climb and just connect with people in general. And I would say it's one of my biggest pet peeves, because when extroverts cosplay as introverts, there's no room and space for the real introverts to explain themselves without coming off bitchy. And no matter how many times you try to explain that to someone, they're still going to take it the wrong way. So I just wanted to let you guys know that if you are an introvert or an extrovert, and there's also something called an ambivert. I know a lot of people would, there's a lot of different terms really. So just because you're not an extrovert doesn't mean you're an introvert. There's a lot of different terms that you can identify yourself. And it's good to do that. Like, I know people do like zodiacs, they do the personality types, they do the what's it called? Like, where you have like generator and operator or whatever it's called, when you can decide, how you want to show up in your energy. So it's good to identify yourself sometimes, because you'll feel like in a certain friend group that you're not, blending in or something. And the whole time, that's not how you're meant to show up in a friend group. If you feel overwhelmed planning parties and stuff, maybe you're not meant to be that friend that plans the parties. Like, exactly. There was this girl on TikTok. I don't know if I can find the video, but she decided, she didn't have a lot of friends. So she hit up all her friends that she did know, and she made like this like dinner party. And every Friday they would do like a dinner party, and there would be different themes and stuff. And this one girl, she invited her to the dinner party. And I guess old girl, the original girl, she got sick or something for a couple weeks, and they kept doing the dinner parties without her. So she feels better and she goes to do the dinner party, and tell me why they kicked her out and that new girl replaced her and they don't want her in the shit no more. So you really got to be careful, like, what type of friend groups you want to be in, because a lot of people want you to show up in certain ways that maybe you're just not meant to show up that way. You know what I mean? So yeah, this was just a little bit more of a rant just to get it off my chest. I really do admire extroverts. I love the way that they can show up for people. I love the way that they are able to go into any room and code switch and be able to, like, I like to think that I'm pretty flexible with speaking to people, but it would have to be a one-on-one thing in a slow area. It cannot be in a crowded place. I just don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. I feel like it's not real. I feel like it's not genuine. I don't like small talk. I don't like talking about things that don't matter. It makes me uncomfortable. And I know a lot of extroverts have no problem with that. They can go to a Pilates class and talk about not shit and enjoy that conversation with that person. And I think that's beautiful. So this isn't like I hate extroverts thing, but it really does really, really irk me when extroverts cosplay as introverts, because it leaves no room for people that are genuinely trying to connect with other people, and there's no way for you to do that because they don't believe you. And introverts are very rare. I think I looked it up, and only like 10% of Americans are actual introverts or identify as that. So I don't know what the rise is of people claiming to be that when they're not. I think it's just for attention. I think they just want to be seen as exclusive, but little do you know, it can be very isolating. And some people are a little bit more than an introvert. Some people take it a little bit further and they're a hermit. Or I don't know if you guys know what agoraphobia is. There's a movie about it. It's about this lady and she's afraid to leave her house. And when the mailman knock on her door, she gets anxiety. I wouldn't say I'm not bad. Me and my mailman, we be kicking it. But, cause see, I be returning my packages and stuff, so he know me. But, yeah, so I wouldn't say I'm not bad, but I am not very social. And, if you watch my video on how to social climb for introverts, you'll know that I was talking about how an introvert would social climb, and it has to be things that are meaningful to you. You don't really want to talk to people about anything. And I'm trying to get better at that, because I realized there's a lot of connections that I could have had with people if I realized that that's what they were in the meantime. Like, I didn't realize that, like, if you go to the same coffee shop every day and then there's a girl in line that's there at the same time as you, maybe you guys take the same bus to get to work or something, that could be a friendship. Like, I would notice it and not say anything, because I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to get a fucking coffee and go home. Like, You know what I mean? That's the worst part about being an introvert. Like when I go out grocery shopping, I'm not thinking I want to make a friend today. I'm thinking I'm out of milk. But an extrovert doesn't see it that way. They will get dressed, put on their smile, be happy, talk to everyone, make connections, remember their names, keep up with them, and then have lots of friends at their birthday party. And when it's my birthday, no one even reminds me except for my family, and I'm all alone. And I have to remember, all right, girl, you kind of asked for this. So there's lots of ups and downs to, each lifestyle, but it does make it easier when people accept other people for who they are. But yeah, I'm done ranting, you guys. If you can relate to this, great. If not, I'm sorry. And if you are a Sagittarius, let me know. Was I tripping or was she lying? All right, thanks, guys. Have a beautiful day.
You guys have no idea. I co-founded and then got kicked out of a social group called City Social Club almost 2 summers ago. I started it with obviously who I thought were my friends. One person I'd known for 6-7 years. One person was a newer friend. Only knew her for a couple of months, but we were so excited. We're excited about this summer and you're looking to meet more people. Please join us at City Social Club. We quickly realized it was a mistake because it felt like I was doing a lot of the work. I was posting all the content, really promoting it, mainly here on TikTok. You guys might have seen those videos. I was also finding the venues that we used for the first few events, and I was communicating with everyone because everyone who wanted to come, they were on my TikTok. We just had so many differences. They wanted to create a website right away. I wanted to hold off because I was like, well, I don't need a website already. Like, our events are doing well. They wanted to really expand and make it very bougie and over the top, charging a ton of money for picnics. And I was like, yeah, we can do those, but I just really want to meet people. I would actually love it if we did a free event in the park, but we can also do a picnic later on that's a little fancier. We just didn't see eye to eye. I finally took a step back, I think in May, because I was like, hey, I feel like I'm doing a lot of the work here. I don't know why you guys aren't seeing this. I'm swamped with work. I have a lot going on. I need to take a step back. One of the girls at the time was unemployed and was like, yeah, honestly, I could be doing a lot more. I have the time. Why don't you focus on work? And then when you're ready to come back, we'd love to have you. And I was like, okay. Took a month off, wanted to come back, and they were like, nah, we're good. Went to check into the social media on TikTok to be like, I'm back, babe. Removed me from basically all the content that was on there, changed the passwords, and I was kind of like, what? They just said that they could do it better without me. And so I said, okay, we'll see. I hosted my own smaller events after that, and the whole time I was kind of thinking this is crazy because I was the main, I started the club, right? I was the one who was posting videos about it. I was the one communicating with people. It was my videos that were going viral, but I'll let them have it. Anytime someone would ask about City Social Club, I would just say oh, I'm not able to make it to that event, or I'm not a part of it anymore, but I hope that they're doing really well. But honestly, I did not hope that. I was angry and hurt, and I did not wish them well. Turns out they only had a few more events before they disbanded, and if you go on their website now, it's currently down. Meanwhile, 2 years later, I have gotten 16,000 followers in a year. My events, when I do host them, typically sell out and they do really well. And the event that I posted about today, I had 20 tickets that were purchased within the first 6 hours. That's insane.